Hello, welcome to my channel, Conscious Growing. I'm Matthias. Okay, this is the latest video, and the topic of today will be some reflections on acceptance. And I know I made a video earlier on, just a couple of days ago, but here I want to share my personal experiences about what acceptance means and how did it go on and so on. Yeah, so first of all, or one time more, I want to mention that I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, and I just exchange and just share my experiences on my personal recovery path, things I find important, things that work for me. I think when we're on this path, it has a lot to do with resistances. And I think every human being has to deal with resistance. And then when we come to a point in our lives when pain might have been manifested, then we are kind of pushed by life itself to have a look. And I think the nervous system itself has a character, and this character is built up along our whole life. Means we have to deal with stress from the very beginning of our life. We were thrown into life, and then we are in an environment, and there might be stress in the environment, and then the parents, they react in a certain way. Maybe mother is calm and daddy is aggressive, or the other way around. But nevertheless, we all have to deal with stressors in our early lives already. And then we go through it and we build it up, and then there's a tendency how we habitually respond on life itself. And of course we build up own personality traits, and we might become achievers, we might become people pleasers. All these kind of tendencies are building up and building up. And I think what the tendency for the modern people is that we have continuous stimuli in our life, and this is in a dialogue with our nervous system. And this means now I have a job and I want to be good in my job, and I have appointments all day long, and then in my breaks I take out my smartphone and checking the news, and I have to respond to friends and family, and I'm in groups. And then when I'm a people pleaser and achiever, these traits, they are part of the way how we react. And I don't want to make it overcomplicated. We all know what I'm talking about. But it's good to see it in this light, because this means the nervous system is used to be very active. This is it's like it's fuel. We are doing things. We have an appointment. We have to go from A to B, and we go here and there. And for many of people in this age of time, it's really difficult to just sit and pause and just feel ourselves and just recognize what's the current situation like. What are my thoughts? What are my thought patterns? And how do I feel? And usually when it becomes uncomfortable, we escape, and then we try to find some fun here and there, or in worst case, we have addictions, and these addictions, they make us numb. But the more numb we get, and the more we kind of running away from ourselves, these unpleasant states, they are still operating in the background, and they are there, and we can't escape from them. And these kind of frictions and tensions might bring up some, let's call it discomfort in the beginning, but then later on it might manifest in real physical symptoms and conditions. And to come back to acceptance means that when you end up there in your life, and when pain stops you from doing all the things you have done in the past, then you are kind of forced to have a look on yourself, to have a look on your patterns, and in this process there is I would call it, if you really want to get cured from this, you need to meet it, you need to face it, you need to accept it. And this can be very unpleasant and frightening. But now you can't escape anymore, and this is for a good reason. And it's a chance, and it's the greatest chance you have, maybe, because you might have developed chronic symptoms, but all the other people there in the world, the ones that hustling from A to B, the ones that want to succeed, the ones that work 15 hours a day, the ones they can't get enough, the ones who are not feeling themselves anymore, they might still function. They might be still more in this world outside, and they might on the surface they might seem be more engaged in life than you are. But I think when you are confronted with physical symptoms, however they developed and however they might have come from, it is the time to stop and to have a look at yourself, and to start to come back to the present moment. Learn to accept the present moment. And this is the real exception. you know, because I said, okay, when you have chronic symptoms, you at a certain point you have to accept that they are there right now. I accept them that they are here right now, but we want to go beyond it because chronic symptoms are not. We are all in the same boat. Everyone is struggling. Everyone tries to escape. And so the cure is to come back to the present moment. And in this present moment, the reality is there. Your reality, my reality is here. My reality is I'm here, I'm breathing, I feel sensations in my body, and I'm just a being with no past and no future. I'm just here. And in the moment I'm fighting the present moment, I get in trouble. In other words, when I go back to my past, stuck in these old feelings of the past, I was stuck in this energetic environment and I can't progress. The same for thoughts about the future. When I'm in the future, then I'm not here. It's as simple as that. It might be sound over simplistic, but the point is that the nature of the mind is looking for trouble. It's ruminating. So when you understand this character once, you see that this rumination can go either in the past, and it's collecting all the shit, excuse me, and it's in a repetition mode, and it might repeat everything what went wrong for you in the past. You repeat it. When I was 7, I lost my daughter, my sister. Whatever it might be, or this and this happened to me. And it's the nature of the ego mind to stay there. And so it keeps us hostage. And then the other hand is the future. Oh my God, I'm sick right now. Will it ever end? Will I stuck there? Will I ever get healthy again? And these thought patterns, they are the same. It's the same voice. Doesn't matter if it's in the past or in the future. It's always this one. It's always this voice in us. This scared brain, this one who is worried about everything. And he finds in every aspect, he finds worry. It's the nature of the mind. Doesn't matter if you have chronic symptoms or if you are a so-called healthy person. This pattern is unique, and we have to understand this. And back to acceptance is the way to deal with these tendencies and this structure of thoughts, this 60 to 70,000 thoughts each day. They have the tendency to be negative most of the time. So there is acceptance on one hand to say, okay, I'm here, I feel this right now, I have these kind of thoughts right now. I don't feel them, but I accept that they are here. I accept the current moment. I have compassion for myself. I don't judge myself that I end up here in pain. It's not my fault, it's not your fault. It just happened. But it happened for a good reason, because it's a wake-up call. It's a call to consciousness. It's a call to take your responsibility back. You are responsible for your life. We are responsible for our life. And the first step is to really accept the current situation over and over again. It's not happening overnight. We have to repeat this decision to say, I accept me as I am. I don't judge anything. I might have judgmental thoughts. I have them all day long. But I don't follow them anymore. I decide not to follow them. I decide to accept what I can do here. Sorry, not to what I can do here. I accept the current moment, and then I listen to what I really want, what I really need, what are my needs. And I think many of us have forgotten to practice this. It's one of the easiest ways to be with ourselves, to feel and to really have the patience to close the eyes and waiting for the answers that come from inside. What is beyond the structure of thoughts? What is beyond these thought patterns? Can I return and look deeper inside of me? And answers might not come immediately. It might take some time. But to come back and listen again. And accepting the present moment, being in the present moment, really have the patience to wait until a clear impulse is coming of what do I want to do next. And for this path and for this courage, we need self-care and self-compassion. And it's a big word out there, and there are many, many, many people who give courses and seminars on that. But I think we don't need anyone for this. We have it in us. We just have to do this job and turn our attention back inwards and learn to listen again. Because our modern life and the circumstances, the global circumstances of wars, fear-based informations all around us. And then we are here in the center of it, feeling separated, feeling alone, seeing all this, hearing the news, and then we get more hyper excited, and then we try to escape, and then we are in the social media world and we get numb and we lose this contact to ourselves. And so it's the job to see what's underneath. It's an inside job. And to give an image, it's really like it's something like we are sinking, and when I see this, okay, I'll start again. So what I mean is, there is the nervous system, and the nervous system is on high alert. And this high alertness creates the symptoms. And now we are not escaping from these sensations, from these symptoms. We accept them to be there. We accept to be with them. And instead of fighting against it, instead of escaping, the new choice is to accept it. It's there. It's unpleasant at times, but I accept it. And this choice is the choice to be in the present moment, to not run away from the present moment. And to practice this again and again and again. So when we once started, we might recognize that you might have some success here and there, but then the ego gets even louder, makes suggestions of danger, suggestions of worries, and we might get caught up again. So, and we have to accept that this voice is very old and very loud, but it's a voice from the past. It has nothing to do with the current situation. Yes, the pain is there as some sort of shadow of the past. Yes, that's true. The sensations are real, that's true. But the thought patterns, they are just shadows from the past. And the more you get into it, the more you realize it. You see, it's like, yeah, it's noisy, and it's can be really, really real, but it's just something from the past. And the more you identify this, the less you can take it serious. And that's good. That's good. Because the less you take shadows rule your life, the more freedom you get back. You're not caught up that easy anymore. But to get there, you have to be ready to face the unpleasant shadows. But as long as you know that these are shadows, and this is in mind as well, you always are one step beyond this fear and these patterns, because you see that this is not real. You know that this is not real. It feels real, but it isn't. And here's where you get your power back, because you are able to identify that every symptom is just a pattern, an old pattern. And I think the more we practice this, the more we accept everything that there is in this moment, we stop fighting. And when we stop fighting, the nervous system can relax and can calm down, because it's a message: I am able to be in the storm. The storms that come up every now and then. But this guy, this Matthias, he's standing in the storm, and he's able to do it. And then the nervous system can relax. And it will, and it does. And then from this calm and peaceful level, it can go back to life slowly. And then you are in a different energy field. Because this joy and love, this is all in us. It's never, it's always there. It's always there. It's just kind of, I will not even call it blocked. It's hidden. It's hidden by thought patterns. And when you come to this level of acceptance more and more and more, because you practice it, and you get calm more and more and more, then aliveness comes back. And then creativity comes back. And then the wish to do something, the wish to go out, the wish to make some music, whatever it is for you, doesn't matter. And you don't need to make music in order to get better. When we do this job, the job I just described, I deeply believe that the rest follows. It's not the other way around. As long as you think, oh my God, I feel so sick and I have symptoms and I should do this and that to feel better. Excuse me. As long as you are, or as we are in this state of mind, we never succeed, because we are running away. We are searching, we are looking. But there are two ways of searching. One way is searching in the outer world, just as I just explained, what to do next, what kind of activity could help me to feel better, or just the other way around, to search within, and not to search from the mind, search from the heart, from the body. Listening, what do I really want? And sometimes it's just a very simple exercise to, when you feel you're too much in your brain, too much in your thinking, just imagine that the thoughts are going down to your heart. Give it to the heart. The heart is wiser than all the thoughts that rise up in you. This wisdom in the heart is always clearer and better. So you have nothing to lose to do so, and become silent. Listen to the inside. Accept the strong sensations. Float through them. And then when you have floated through. Listen again, what is my inner need, what is my wish right now. Ooh, this is a long video today. I see it's already half an hour, one of the longest I ever did. But these insights I wanted to share, and I hope you're all well, and I hope that this is useful for some of you. And as always, I'm looking forward to some comments and some likes and some interaction. That would be nice. And have a good and healthy day. See you soon.